This is a review and overview of the Zoom F6 Multitrack Field Recorder. In this video, we will cover the following topics. 1. Unboxing. We will show you what comes with the Zoom F6 and additional items that you may want to purchase. 2. Overview. We will explore the F6 recorder and point out some of its features. 3. Operation. We will show you the steps to get the Zoom F6 up and running. 4. Test recording. We will do a test recording and show you the incredible power of 32-bit float recording. 5. Review. We will let you know if we think the Zoom F6 is worth purchasing today. I'll leave a link to everything we talk about in the description below this video. Let's get started. Unboxing. The Zoom F6 comes with a few items to get you started, including the F6 recorder, of course, 4 AA batteries, a camera mount adapter, and a quick guide. I also purchased a SanDisk 128GB Extreme Pro SDXC memory card. It's fast, has a lot of capacity, and is very reliable. In addition, you may want to buy the Zoom AC adapter and a USB-C cable. These items would allow you to plug the recorder into a power outlet and/or connect it to a computer. Overview. Let's take a look at the body of the Zoom F6. On the top of the unit, you will see 4 big screws. If you remove them, you can attach the camera mount adapter and screw it in place using the same exact screws. The bottom of the unit has a threaded hole, which you can mount a tripod plate to. This allows you to put the F6 on a tripod and then place your DSLR camera on top of the unit using the camera mount adapter we just attached. Also on the bottom of the F6, you'll see a battery compartment. You can unscrew it, then open the door and pull out a battery holder. The battery holder accepts 4 AA batteries. Then place it back into the compartment. On the back of the recorder, you will see an SDXC slot door. Let's open it and insert our memory card. Then close the door. As you'll notice, it also has a mount that allows you to power the recorder with a Sony NP-F rechargeable battery. As a video guy, I have a charger and a bunch of these batteries, so this is how I like to power the F6 most of the time. On the front of the F6, you'll see 6 dials. Each one coincides with the 6 XLR inputs. The dials raise and lower input levels. You'll also see a stop button, a record button, and a play-pause button. In addition, you will see a menu button. Then we have 2 select up, down, and adjust value buttons, and a check button, which is simply a confirm button to confirm selections. Finally, on the front, you'll see the full-color backlit LCD screen, where you can watch your levels and go through the menu and settings. On one side of the unit, you will see XLR inputs, 1, 2, and 3. There is also a line-out connection. You'll see a slot for a wireless adapter, which I did not purchase. Finally, you'll see an input to connect to a computer, power bank, or AC adapter. On the other side of the unit, you'll see the power button, a timecode in-out port, which you can connect to your camera for matching timecode, useful in post. There's a headphone input with a dial to adjust your headphone monitoring level. You'll also see XLR inputs 4, 5, and 6. Operation. Let me show you the basics of how the Zoom F6 works. First, to turn on the unit, I'll press and hold the power button for a few seconds. The first time you turn it on, you'll need to set language. I could use the up and down arrows to scroll up and down through the available options. I'll leave it on English and then press the confirm check button. Then I'll use the confirm and arrow buttons to change the date and time and then set it. This will bring us to our home screen. At the upper left is our status icon. It's white now because we are stopped. It changes to recording, playing back, and paused when we are doing those operations. Then we see our counter, which can show elapsed and remaining recording time when we are recording, and elapsed remaining playback time during playback. To the right is our battery type and remaining battery time indicator. You can see that I'm using the AA batteries right now. We can also see our sample rate and our track numbers 1 to 6. INT stands for internal timecode enabled. 29.9 is our frame rate. Next to that is our recording playback timecode. Let's set the input source. I'll press the menu button, then I'll go to input, then I'll press the confirm button. I'll press confirm again to get into PFL, then I'll go into track 1, since that's where my mic is going to be plugged into. I'll go down to source, then I will choose mic PH, which will provide my microphone with phantom power. I can also adjust trim if I need to adjust my input levels higher or lower. Let's press menu to go back. Then I'll go down to record and change the mode from linear to float 32-bit. I'll demonstrate the magic of 32-bit soon. It's definitely the mode I like to record in. One more thing to do, I almost forgot. Let's format the memory card. It's under System in the menu. Then go up to SD card. Then select Format. Then execute. This will erase the memory card and get it ready for recording. Let's go back to the home screen. Next, we'll need to enable the track our microphone is plugged into. Simply turn the number 1 dial clockwise. You will see the little number 1 on the display turn red. It's enabled now. Then you can set your recording level and then press the record button to begin recording. And of course press stop to stop recording and play to review the recording. Those are the basics. Test recording. Let's do a test recording now. It's a simple setup. I'll plug an audio XLR cable into XLR input 1 on the F6. I'll also plug in my trusty Sony headphones on the other side of the recorder. The other end of the XLR cable is plugged into a Shure microphone. Then I did some recordings. After recording, I moved the files off of the SDXC card and put them onto my iMac's hard drive. Let's import the files into Adobe Premiere Pro and look at them closely. Here's the first test recording. The input levels on the F6 were set at a decent level. This is Zoom F6. Our audio levels are at a good recording level. I imagine this audio will sound good and clean. As you can tell, the recording sounds good, as expected, warm and clean. The next test recording I did was set low. The waveform barely shows any data. Listen, I can barely hear it. Now we are recording at a very low level, way too low for most recorders. Will the Zoom F6 save the day? Luckily, with the combination of 32-bit float recording and dual-path AD converters, the audio gain levels can be increased and the file becomes 100% usable. Now we are recording at a very low level, way too low for most recorders. Will the Zoom F6 save the day? In fact, it sounds just like the first recording we did, where the levels were set properly. Now for the real test. This final recording was done with the levels set way too high. It's clipped. This is a test recording with the Zoom F6. My levels are way too loud. You can see them distorting. Will 32-bit float help us? Luckily, with 32-bit float and dual-path AD converters, I can set the gain to a good level and the recording sounds great. Completely usable. It's magic. This is a test recording with the Zoom F6. My levels are way too loud. You can see them distorting. Will 32-bit float help us? Review. So was the Zoom F6 a wise investment this year? I would say absolutely. It's one of the most affordable ways to record 6 sources at the same time in the field with its 6 XLR inputs. It's also compact, well-built, and as demonstrated, 32-bit float recording is incredible. Another thing that I like about the F6 is that you can connect it to your computer and use it as an audio interface with an audio recording app. Just as a test, I hooked it up and got it running in GarageBand. It shows up as H&F Series Multitrack USB audio. In fact, this voiceover was recorded that way, and I think that it sounds pretty good. What do you think? Well, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.